So joining us now to talk more about this is my Yolitics co-host, Jason Whiteley. So hopefully you listen to the podcast. If you do, you'll know we've been talking about this for a year now and how this could be a real vulnerability for the governor going into this midterm election this year if we see the lights trip off like we did last year.
Politically speaking, he could have some issues here with this if the lights go out. But that's the big question if the lights go out. We all know what's coming. ERCOT knows what's coming. And everyone I've talked to in the last hour or so, from ERCOT to the power plant operators, are all telling me they have a lot of confidence in this storm, in the equipment. But as you said, Jason, there still could be issues. Let's show you first the live conditions for ERCOT right now. You can get this on the ERCOT app. Just download it. Type in ERCOT, E-R-C-O-T, and you can watch this thing all night long if you're that bored and you want to. But what to watch is on the left-hand side there, the supply and demand. There is a massive gap right there. You can see right now that the supply is up in the mid-70s, and the demand is down in the 40s.
Get closer to that monitor, Jason.
I'm getting old, man. This is a big year for me right here. But the point is, last year when we had the February 14th storm, those lines were very close together.
So sometimes they crisscrossed too, which is the sort of the death cross there when they crisscross, because that means we don't have enough power, or they got close to doing that.
That's exactly the problem. Remember last year, another issue last year too, the power plant operators, they were sounding the alarm at this time, saying, hey, we have issues here. ERCOT, listen up. No one's doing that this time. So there's a lot of confidence that things might be fine. But as you mentioned, there will be power outages.
Right.
And the power outages will happen just like we saw in 2011, if you were here 10 years ago, when the ice gets on the limbs and those frozen limbs fall onto the electric power lines. Keep in mind, you are responsible for the power line that runs from the utility pole in your alley or on your street to your house.
That little connection that comes across.
That connection is yours. So this morning at 10:30 this morning, I was outside standing on my garage roof with my little chainsaw, chopping away 6 or 7 branches up there. That's your line. So if a branch falls on that, knocks down that connector, and you're out of power, that's where we could see it taking some time to get restored.
If you're going to try to be like this guy, though, be safe about that, especially now that we're going to be, getting into those freezing temperatures shortly.
Wear better shoes.
Be safe up there when you're up on the roof. It's higher than it looks. I wanted to ask this, though, Jason. Is the governor here almost set up for success? Some people have said this could be his read my lips moments, referring back to President Bush, where this could really come back to haunt him, to say basically I'm almost guaranteeing the lights stay on. But is he sort of set up for a win here? Because A, this is not supposed to be nearly as severe as last year as far as the number of hours that were below freezing. And B, you don't have as much of the state covered by this system. I mean, you look down at the Houston area, that could be a tremendous suck of power, but they're not going to be dealing with this as much as we are up here in North Texas.
You answered the question right there. I'm told that folks inside the governor's office are watching this thing very closely. His campaign is doing the same thing. He's got to win on this. He's got to make sure that the lights stay on, as he has promised for months and months after the legislature went to work and required power plants to do certain things, but did not require natural gas. The issue, I'm told, is to watch and see what natural gas providers do. If they continue to provide gas to the power plants, things should be fine. If they don't, we could have some issues there, but that is not very likely from what I'm told from all sides.
Yeah, a lot of critics have said that they just didn't go far enough, and chief among those critics, of course, is Beto O'Rourke, the former congressman from Texas who is running for governor against Governor Abbott this time around. And you can bet that the governor is going to be holding his breath over these next days and probably through the rest of this winter.
No doubt.